All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Clannad, episode 5.
All right, well,
Fuko
she's a coma ghost.
Yes, yeah, right. She's a ghost, but not quite. She's like not dead, but she's, not conscious, and she's not here, but she is.
What is this show? I can't tell what it wants to be. Are we Monogatari now, or are we
Who knows?
something else? Okay, so far, Fuko's the only one with that very specific supernatural thing,
Right?
And she covers all the rumors that have happened thus far about the supernatural side of things.
Right.
The difference is that she is clearly not the girl in the room. That has to be Nagisa. That has to be Nagisa. So that's 2 of the potential 5 or 6 main casts that have potentially some kind of supernatural problem.
The main cast list is just, yes, there are a lot. But yeah, I mean, because there was that whole robot thing, and it's like, okay, maybe that doesn't have to be supernatural, know?
No, that could be psychological.
But, yeah,
but either way, this is a turn for the show. This is something that they were hinting at, and now we have the confirmation as to who it is. I like that it is Fuko because of all the characters that were acting probably the most irregular, I would say. She was in the top 2.
Which is saying something for this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is actually saying something.
Uh-huh.
But, okay, how does our duo, thus far, have any way of helping her?
Right.
Because it's not clear.
They try and get her to join the theater club.
Now, the question is...
Would that even work?
Right, the question is everyone is seeing her, right?
Seems like it.
Well, the thing is that it's just Nagisa and
Okazaki,
our main boy, Okazaki,
Yeah.
We have to test this. We have to do some research. But y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
直接会って確かめる。そうすりゃ、こいつが本当に伊吹先生の妹かどうかわかるだろ。お前も一緒に来るよな。
She can't.
ここで待ってます。
なんでだよ。会えば話は早いだろ。
Were they the one that hit her with the car, though? Because they were talking about Fuko's sister right there, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's the possibility that maybe she can't go home because a family member were the ones that hit her with the car,
That would be pretty nasty. Yeah.
珍しいですね。
あら。
いつかパンを買いに来た。
Yeah.
岡崎さん、伊吹先生をご存知だったんですか？
前に店に誰もいなかった時、早苗さんのパンをあげたんだ。
渚ちゃんのボーイフレンドだったんです。
ボーイフレンド。
即答。
私が岡崎さんを嫌いという意味ではなく、その岡崎さんにはもっと素敵な人が。
Oh.
お付き合いしてる方がいらっしゃるんですか？
It's a very specific way to word that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
チャンスですね、渚ちゃん。今のは聞かなかったことにしてください。渚ちゃん可愛いですよね。
Let's go. She's popping off. Critical hit. Critical hit. Yep.
伊吹先生がもうすぐユウスケさんって人と結婚するって聞いたんです。それで婚約のお祝いを言いに来たんです。それをどこで？
Interesting.
その話は妹以外には誰にも話していないのに。
本当に妹さんにしか話してないんですか？
ええ、眠り続けている妹に眠っていてもいろいろ言葉をかけているんです。結婚のことも話しました。でも他の人には私言ってしまいそうでした。風子ちゃんが今学校にいます。
Yeah,
that'd just be too
言えばよか
cruel.
ったじゃないか。直接合わせればはっきりするんだから。
風子ちゃん、お姉さんの結婚を大勢の人に祝ってもらうためにあの彫刻をしてるんですよね。
おい、泣くなよ。
はい、泣きません。その代わり手 手伝ってあげたいと思います。風子ちゃんがしようとしていることを。
他人のことだとやたら一生懸命になるのな。演劇部はどうするんだよ。
それも大切ですけど、今の風子ちゃんを放っておくことは
Alone
で
in
き
the
ません
state
から
she's in.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Big
Phrasing
Dungo
again.
family.
Yep.
付き合うよ。俺も風子のことは気になる。
Don't worry, babe. I'm the main route. This is just a side quest. Once we wrap this up, we can reconvene.
本当にお世話になっているん
Wait.
です
She can go?
風子ちゃんを学校に寝泊まり
Whoa.
させるわけ
So
に
she
はい
just
きま
didn't
せんから
want to. Oh. Now we'll see who can see her.
お前の親も知ってるんだろ
はい、よくパンを買いにいらっしゃるので。
なら名字は隠しておいた方がいいな。何か考えとけよ。
わかりました。
Okay.
つまりこの子をしばらく止めてやればいいんだな。
Cool.
お家の方はいいんですか？
それがひどい親でさ、こいつを残して旅行に出かけちまったらしいんだ。
Nice. That's a very good, simple story.
風子ちゃん、名字はなんて言うんですか？磯貝です。
また珍しい名字を。
That's a very like.
磯貝さんってお父
Oh no! Oh no! That's why she. Wait.
こいつ見て名字決めやがったんだよ。
その子お隣の親戚かなんかなのか？
関係ない。たまたまの偶然だ。
The frantic head
たま
shaking.
たまなんですね。
Oh.
二度とやったら承知しないわよ。ったくあいつらはまた女子寮覗いたりして。
As a horde?
ミサエさんに構ってほしいんだよ。
I guess.
Send the riders of Rohan after
ある
them.
んじゃないか。
暴力は嫌いなんだけどね。
Oh wow, she's flustered. A little
いや
pink on her face. Wow.
持ってて。
Wow.
The speed of that. That was funny.
チーズ。
血が出てるじゃねえか。
Oh, this is so cute.
Isn't it wonderful?
さんです。風子ちゃんのお手伝いです。
Oh.
おっさん、客だぞ。
頼む。
何を気軽に娘の友達に頼むなよ。こうして並んでると床が夜空みたいだな。
どうしてでしょうか？
だってお星様だろ、これ。
いいえ、人手です。
もしかしてお前が持ってたのってずっと人手だったのか。
もちろんです。どうして風子がお星様なんて振らないといけないのかわけがわからないです。
人手の方がわけわかんねえよ。
こうして並べるととっても可愛いですね。人手さん。
お前、これが人手って聞いてたのか？
いえ、最初からそう思ってましたけど。
なんでわかるんだよ。てかお前も人手が可愛いのか。
可愛いです。風子ちゃんのホット
Oh my god.
Yep.
Yep, dead. Yep. Deceased. Terminated. Eradicated.
お前さ、こんなことするよりお姉ちゃんに会いたいって思わないのか？
それは会いたいですけど、でもお姉ちゃんに風子の声が
Everyone else has thus far.
風子ちゃんはお姉さんには何て呼ばれてるんですか？風ちゃんです。じゃあ私もそう呼んでいいですか？はい。
俺もそう呼んでいいか？
それは最悪です。
なんでだよ。
なんででもです。
この宮沢、いるか？
そちらの方はこれどうぞ。
Like, this is the best thing someone has ever done for me in my entire life ever.
ありがとうございます。
What is the function of this starfish? God damn it! You know?
Right. I was expecting that too. I've seen this show.
私も応援します。頑張ってくださいね。ありがとうございます。
God, this girl needs
お
like
前ってかなり許容量の大きい
She looks either
人物
dead inside or high.
right. I think it's dead inside, like 100%.
さんのおかげです。
Just like
Maybe
I
both.
need like
敵
friends,
じゃねえ。
but you know,
余計悪い。
むしろ最悪の天敵と言いたいです。
Arch Nemesis.
ふーちゃんをいじめたらダ
Oh
メ
my
ですよ。
god.
古川に抱かれてもそうなるのか。こいつが我に返ったらさ、私が岡崎です。女になりましたって言ってくれ。こいついつもぼーっとしてるから注意してやりたいんだ。手伝ってくれるか？
構わないですけど。
どう
Seems
したのかと聞かれ
legit.
たら、たまに取れるんですって答えてくれ。あとは適当にとりあえずと言っといてくれ。
And she just goes along with it.
私が岡崎です女になりましたですから私が岡崎です女になりましたわけがわからないですどうして女の人になってしまったんですかたまに取れるんですそれはあまりに衝撃的な告白ですとりあえずそんな簡単に取れてしまうものなんですか
Just like, please.
This is all the payment he needs for helping
も
Fuko.
しかして逆にフーコについたりすることもあるんでしょうかとりあえず何ですか大ショックですでまたついたんですか岡崎さんが2人
たまに分裂するんだ。
大ショックですこら友也さっきから見てれば私の妹を使っておかしないたずらするんじゃない同じ顔岡崎さんが3人に
どこまでボケるんだよ。
大きなお星様ですね実は人手だったりしてねすごいですあなたがフーコに人手になった
The Starfish Alliance.
これ本当に人手
そう。
Meanwhile, Ryo's just out in the cold.
木彫りの人手だ。姉はゴリラで妹はハムスター。
Hamster.
なんか失礼なこと言ったわね今ダメだよお姉ちゃんもらい物投げたりしたら
そうだ。フーコだってこんなことされたら。
ごめんねいい感じで攻撃力が高い
A good damage bonus.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
空飛ぶ人でありですふーちゃん来てください
Aw.
もうすぐ授業が始まりますよこっちこっち
Aw.
早く来いよ。
生徒は揃ったけど先生はどうするの
問題はそれだ。さすがに本物の先生には頼めない。
Wow.
じゃあこの中の誰かが先生やるの？
お前はアホだから無理だろ。
授業を始めますよ
早苗さんどうして？
Oh.
話を聞いたんです
Mhm.
私でよければ先生役をさせてください
Oh.
ちょっと
Uh-huh.
誰
This is so sweet.
お姉さん
まあそんなとこだ。
Older sister.
皆さん席についてください
Oh.
Yep.
最初の授業なので自己紹介をしてください
はーい。僕篠原洋平っす。篠原は春の原っぱって書くっす。
綺麗なお名前ですね先生篠原くんはアホです
余計なこと言うな。
どうせすぐバレるだろ。
篠原くん元気でカバーです
Make up for it. Wow.
岡崎智也です。学校ではぐうたらの不良です。
マイペースが一番ですね
She has nice things to say about all of them.
Right.
原さんと岡崎さんはふざけてますけど、私は真面目に授業を受けたいと思います
お前このクラスの委員長。
Wow, of course.
そんなことないです
渚ちゃん委員長やったら？
ふーちゃんがいいと思いますここはふーちゃんが中心のクラスですから
Yeah.
お、いいんじゃないか。フコやる気あるか。
意義なし
Oh, I just, that was just
Sweet.
some warm, fuzzy feelings. Just, oh.
磯貝風子です好きなものは人手ですはいよくできました風子ちゃんここにいる人たちはみんな風子ちゃんのクラスメイトでお友達なんですよ
Fuko doesn't know why there's so much heat in her cheeks right now.
うん
仲良くしましょうね
Yep.
Yep. Here it is. Yeah. Oh.
号令よ号令はい起立礼着席
伊吹、風子、少し変わってるけど、どう見ても普通の女の子だよな。
Okay.
Yep.
Sweet. Okay. All right. We had ourselves a really wholesome episode focused on Fuko. And
Super sweet.
Yeah, it was really sweet. And I really like how much all the other characters in the story were utilized. They really gave everyone that little bit of time to shine.
Kind
And
of-
especially now with the big plot change that she's now going to be actually staying with
Nagisa's
Nagisa's
family.
family, which is a really cool setting change for a lot of the Fuko interactions, because most of them are still going to be at school,
Sure.
but some of them can now be in a different environment, which means that we now get new character interactions with Fuko. one of my favorite ones, sorry, one second, was just the mom. Having her little part as a teacher.
Sanai is wonderful.
That was really, really sweet.
Yeah, like it's with a cast as big as this show has, right? The fact that it's able to do basically not like a true power friendship, but that we can see how much these characters care about each other, even though we haven't necessarily spent a lot of time with all of them, right?
Right. That's the twist of this, is that it's not necessarily that they actually care about each other so much. It's just the idea that when, Okazuki called for help,
they're
these
like,
are the ones that came.
Right.
There were some that Fuko asked, or a specific one that Fuko asked, that was not willing to.
Yeah.
Now, there's reasons for that, but it's the idea that every single person that Okazuki has met thus far, really, all have a couple potential opportunities to help here, but when called for a specific group to help with the class, it was like a core few.
Yep.
Like a very small core few. And I don't think any of that was necessarily because of Fuko, really.
Right.
I think, if anything, the fact that Sanai was there was entirely because of how Nagisa,
it was important to her. Yeah.
Yeah, about this whole thing here.
Right. Tsunohara and Nagisa and Tomoya, those are, yeah. Okay. But then you got the sisters as well, which is like, all right, cool.
Yeah. But this episode, in the probable grand scheme of things, doesn't necessarily feel like it would be a very strong, plot episode. But I think I've clued in pretty hard as to what they are hinting at here. The motivation as to why they're helping Fuko was almost entirely in Nagisa's court. Nagisa led this.
Yep.
And there were multiple things that they were kind of focusing on with the way that she talked about this. Is that this is something that, with her in her state, she can't just leave her. She has to do something. And I feel like this is set up for the fact that Nagisa is going through her own issues and stuff.
But is not willing, she's willing to put out all this effort with confidence to help someone else, but not for herself.
Right. She would love if this kind of stuff happened to her, but she's not going to ask for it.
Yeah, and that's probably why she has such an obsession with the Big Dango family, right? Because it's the idea that, that people would do stuff like this, right?
Right.
That people could have that kind of wonderfully wholesome energy like her parents have shown her, but outside of the immediate family unit, right?
Yeah, and in a lot of ways, the idea that, maybe if she keeps doing these things for other people, they'll want to join her Dango family.
Maybe.
It's just a slow, kind of inevitable aspect of doing things for people, is that they're more likely to be friends with you. But just because you do things for them doesn't mean they've got their own life that's going to be completely put aside for yours. Same way with the senior who's like, I
gotta study. Yeah,
I have, I can't just spend my time on something like that. This is something where I'm grinding right now.
Yep.
Now, could she have said it a little bit nicer? Possibly,
but she was
matter
upfront,
of fact, and to the point, rather than mislead her and make her think that she
be like, oh sure, and then oh no,
yeah, because let's be real, there's the awkward moment when they go back to school the next day and they find that 12 to 20 of these are probably going to be in the trash cans.
Yep. And that's one of the things, it kind of breaks your heart when you think about it, because she's giving them out and she's like, here you go, right?
Please
and she's
come to the wedding,
And she's handing them out basically like flyers when each one probably took an hour to make?
A lot of time.
So yeah.
There's a lot about Fuko that is immature in that she does not really understand a lot of the things that she's doing.
Yep.
But she's so snappy and witty and fun that I kind of don't really choose to focus on that much. But this was an area, I would say, where you could almost tell with the sisters, the Fujibayashi sisters, that one of them was like, oh, is this a star? Or maybe a starfish. And then that was a joke.
Right.
She was kind of making
fun
of it a little bit.
A starfish.
And then she's like, oh, that was kind of a joke.
Right.
wasn't serious about it.
And while the starfish thing can be a great gag with Okazaki, when he's all like, "Oh yeah, which is it? What's going on? Wait, hold on. You knew this was supposed to be a starfish the entire time." When it comes to just the interactions with other people, yeah, something that was just a casual throwaway line for them means the world to Fuko. Yep.
Yeah. And I feel like that's something that this show is really good at, is that they give these little hints of when something means a lot to a specific person.
Sure.
Because if you're going to have an ensemble cast like this with, that slight, like, kind of harem root kind of angle.
Right, VN adaptation.
Yeah, VN adaptation for sure. You need to show the ways in which when these characters are interconnected with conversations, relationships, desires, and what have you, when something makes a character go, like kind of have that little bounce up moment of that thing, meant something extra to them.
Right.
You need to find a way to communicate that. And I feel like they do that in the voice acting. They do that in the little bits of extra animation because it's just KyoAni just doing way more than they need to.
Oh, yeah. Even if the designs are very, like, simple, because it's from an older source material, they make it work. Yeah.
Yeah, I very much love that side of things. Of course, the Furukawa family, just wonderful.
I mean, they're wonderful. What new is there to say?
They're wonderful.
Yeah.
I love that they didn't question at all the very obvious, like, oh, our kids are scheming something.
Right.
Huh. Oh, her name is Isogai. Oh, okay, maybe they just don't want to share the last name.
You know what I loved about that? What you just said there? Our kids. Because Tomoya, he's one of their kids. Yeah.
I mean, that's why he was like, go watch the shop.
Right, exactly. Yeah. You're part of the family. Yeah.
Like, what?
Right.
I love the way in which the father has slowly kind of been working, if you will, Okazaki. Like I love it so much. It's definitely one of those like Nagisa endgame kind of hints just in general.
I mean, her parents are so adorable and wholesome and sweet, right? Like,
yeah, exactly.
It's potentially also one of those things of like, okay, until we see like family of like other characters in the story, then it's like, I get the feeling they might not necessarily have as much longevity, but.
Yep.
But who knows?
That do be how it works generally.
Doesn't have to be that way here.
We shall see.
Regardless,
who knows what the player wants in this story?
Even if Nagisa isn't endgame, the point is that her parents have to stick around. Like, because you can't just take them out
around. What do you mean?
Like if it got to a point where it's like, oh, which character is like the canon route, basically, and then not like they're going to leave the show, but like have less of a presence maybe because like, I see
what you're saying. So if Tomoya living with her is just a thing of where they're going to be around in the story even more now.
Right, exactly, because it's tied into the plot and stuff. But if Tomoya ends up like, having an arc with like Kyo or Ryo or something like that where he's hanging out with them, right?
It's a good one.
Well, damn it, Caleb, I'm trying to keep up appearances. Then Nagisa's parents might not have as much of a main, part in that
very possible.
Arc, right?
But doesn't it just make more sense to have that nice little setting that they've already drawn and everything of the little table and the little room,
and that's where all the
slowly bring everybody in there eventually,
making their big Dango family in this one place.
Yeah, exactly. But y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access. You can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yes, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.